The Sierras were done yesterday. Now today, my hope is that I'll be able to do the 2 cigar-style pens. Now this is a perfect example of a kit that can easily be pressed together wrong if you're not paying attention. So I find that if I lay all my pen parts out in the right order and facing the right direction, it helps to not get them pressed together wrong, or turned wrong, or get your bushings mixed up on the wrong brass tubes. It would be really easy to do with this kit. Now obviously the simplest way to make sure you're not going to screw up is read the instructions, and read them in order. Don't skip and go right down to the bottom because there might be something important that you're going to miss. Anyway, I think I'm sort of beating a dead horse here. I don't need to be telling you this. I think probably most of you already know it. All of these blanks that you're looking at have received the Rogers procedure. In other words, the cactus juice process has been done more than once on each blank. When I'm ordering a new pen kit, unless I've had it before, I always order the extra brass tubes. Well, I guess when I ordered the cigar style, I must have done it twice, because I've got 10 extra sets. So I'm thinking I should make up, maybe 2 or 3 extra sets of blanks here, and just pick the 2 best sets. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Now there's something that you should know, and that is doing the cactus juice thing twice, or more than twice, the cactus juice does not want to stick to itself. It's not like CA glue that'll stick to itself. The second layer has a tendency to want to just peel off of the first. So that's sort of a downside. Second thing is, when I was looking down inside those blanks there, I could see some pretty good sized cracks. So now mind you, those cracks were filled. However, they're still cracks. So it's going to be interesting once I start turning all of those down, see what we've got. Now, I usually do not prefer a barrel trimmer shaft that has a sharp edge like that, because it's quite easy to accidentally damage the inside of the brass tube. However, this one here is the exact size for this particular brass tube. And what I find that happens sometimes is that when I'm plowing this out, or rather drilling it out in this case, if I pull this back and if the base plate wax is coated around here, it smears itself really bad on the inside of the brass tube, making it very difficult, almost as hard to get out as CA glue. So what I do is this. Then I stop. See all that? Now if I was to drag that back through there, especially while it's turning, it's going to smear itself around there, coat the inside of the brass tube. So I just release this, like so. Take this off, and then push it through the rest of the way. And that way, it doesn't get smeared on the inside of the brass tube. Pretty smart, I think. For me, anyway. All the blanks have received the barrel trimmer treatment now. And if you notice the one on the upper right, well, look at the bad cracks on that one. I can almost guarantee that one's not going to be good. However, at this point, I'll be happy if I can just make up one good pair for one good pen. Okay, we're ready to start turning. I've got all my bushings right. The smallest, the second to the smallest, the largest, and the second to the largest. Now, a couple of months ago I was using this set, and I thought, wait a minute, I've got them wrong, and I actually switched them around, and then it even looked worse. What was happening was, there's an optical illusion. Because this second to the smallest was up against something really big, to me, at first glance, it looked like the smallest one. This one, which is the smallest, was up against something quite small, so it looked bigger. You know what I'm getting at? Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Well, I'm going to do the rest with the sandpaper. I'm pleasantly surprised that these cracks are so well filled. Didn't do too good a job turning here. It's a little bit bumpy. Oh well, sandpaper will get it. Or maybe I could just give it just a touch more with a chisel. Anyway, next time you see it, it'll have been done up to 800 grit. Okay, that's 800 grit. Next to polish. Now, as I've said before, after the first application, it looks pretty much the way it's going to look. It'll just maybe shine just a little bit more, but the color won't change. Well, it's had 4 applications now of the cut and polish. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Those cracks are nicely filled. Well, once again, the day has gotten away on me. I'd like to press these together, but I think I'm best off waiting until tomorrow, when I can enjoy it. Now, these were the worst ones. I deliberately picked the worst ones, and they look pretty good. Wouldn't it be funny if I ended up with 4 pens out of all this? Anyway, thanks for watching.